I'm Paula Miles from the Hillsborough Public Library. Thanks for joining me for a special Dinosaur Storytime for our dinosaur party. Today we're going to be reading one of my favorite books, Goldilocks and the Three Dinosaurs by Mo Willems. Did you know that Mo Willems also writes the Elephant and Piggy books and the Pigeon books? Those are some of my favorites, so we know this one's going to be great. Goldilocks and the Three Dinosaurs, as retold by Mo Willems, published by HarperCollins Publishers. Once upon a time, there were three dinosaurs, Papa Dinosaur, Mama Dinosaur, and some other dinosaur who happened to be visiting from Norway. One day, for no particular reason at all, the three dinosaurs made up their beds, positioned their chairs just so, and cooked 3 bowls of delicious chocolate pudding at varying temperatures. This one looks cold with its ice cubes. This one, the thermometer tells us that it's hot. I wonder what temperature this one will be. "Oh boy," said Papa Dinosaur in his loud, booming voice. "It's finally time to leave and go to the, someplace else." "Yes," continued Mama Dinosaur. "I sure hope no innocent little succulent child happens by our unlocked home while we are, someplace else." Then the other dinosaur made a loud noise that sounded like a big evil laugh, but was probably just a very polite phrase in Norwegian. The three dinosaurs went someplace else and were definitely not hiding in the woods waiting for an unsuspecting kid to come by. Off they go. Sure enough, 5 minutes later, a poorly supervised little girl named Goldilocks came traipsing along. La 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 la. Just then, the forest boomed with what could have been a dinosaur yelling, "Gotcha!" But I'm pretty sure it was just the wind. The loud noise was immediately followed by another loud noise that sounded kind of like, "Be patient, Papa Dinosaur. The trap is not yet sprung." But that could have been a rock falling or a squirrel. Definitely a squirrel. Either way, Goldilocks was not the type of little girl who listened to anyone or anything. For example, Goldilocks never listened to warnings about the dangers of barging into strange, enormous houses. So, as soon as Goldilocks came across a strange, enormous house, she barged right in. "Welcome." Uh-oh. What do you think's going to be in that house? We'll have to read to find out. Inside, Goldilocks immediately smelled the 3 bowls of delicious chocolate pudding. "Mmm," said Goldilocks. "That chocolate pudding smells delicious. If only I could get all the way up to the top of that counter." Then Goldilocks noticed a very tall ladder that just happened to be there and certainly was not left on purpose. Goldilocks climbed up the ladder and found herself face to face with 3 bowls of gigantic chocolate pudding. Whoa! What would you do if you found a bowl of chocolate pudding that you could swim in? The first bowl of chocolate pudding was too hot. Oh! But Goldilocks ate it all anyways because, hey, it's chocolate pudding, right? The second bowl of chocolate pudding was way too cold. But who cares about the temperature of chocolate pudding when you've got a giant bowl of it? The third bowl of chocolate pudding was just right. But Goldilocks was on such a roll by now that she hardly even noticed. Ugh. I think she's had way too much chocolate pudding. What do you think? Soon Goldilocks was stuffed like one of those delicious chocolate-filled little girl bonbons, which, by the way, are totally not the favorite thing in all the world for hungry dinosaurs. Tired and groggy, Goldilocks noticed 3 chairs in the living room. So she climbed down the ladder and she walked out of the kitchen. The first chair was way too tall. The second chair was way too tall. But the third chair was way too tall. Goldilocks wasn't going to climb all the way up there just to sit in some chair, so she hiked over to the bedroom. When she got there, Goldilocks noticed that the beds were also gigantically big. "Oh, what's going on around here?" groaned the exhausted girl. "The bears that live here must be nuts." Do bears live there? No, we know dinosaurs live there. Just then, the room filled with a loud, booming noise that was either a passing truck or a dinosaur gloating. "A few more minutes and she'll be asleep. Delicious chocolate-filled little girl bonbons are yummier when they're rested." Uh-oh. Even a little girl who never listens to anyone or anything had to hear that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Goldilocks took a minute to stop and think, which was longer than she was used to stopping and thinking. "Hey," she told herself, "this isn't some bear's house. This is some dinosaur's house." Say what you like about Goldilocks, but she was no fool. As quickly as she could, she ran to the back door and she got out of there. Whoop! Out the door. Just then a loud plane flew by, which sounded pretty much like a trio of dinosaurs yelling, "No!" or "Charge!" or the Norwegian expression for "chewy bonbon time." Suddenly, and completely coincidentally, the 3 dinosaurs rushed through the front door, but they were just too late. Goldilocks was gone, and all that was left in the house was 1, 2, 3 disappointed dinosaurs. The end. And the moral of the story is, if you ever find yourself in the wrong story, leave. There is Goldilocks, and whose house is she going to next? The 3 bears. The end. Oh, and the moral for the dinosaurs is, lock the back door. Now it's the end. Thank you so much for listening to that story. I hope that you enjoyed it as much as I did. Stay tuned for more dinosaur activities today. Bye!